and welcome to today's video. This is a Children in Need costume ideas video. You might be thinking, oh no, my child has got to go to nursery or go to school and they need something spotty. They don't have anything spotty. That was the situation I was in. And here are just a few ideas of things that you can do that are really quick and easy so that your child can celebrate the day without having to break the bank. Okay, so why do you want to do this? Why not just go out and buy a costume instead? Well, it's cost effective, so that means that you can spend your money on something else and save money yourself, or you can give more money directly to children in need without having to buy things. It also means that it's going to be a bit more sustainable because you're not buying clothes that they're only really going to wear one time for one day. Also availability, so where we live, I've not been able to find anything really to do with children in need, even if I wanted to. Also, they're going to be unique. No one else is going to be wearing that costume. Okay, so our first idea is Pom Poms. So basically, just get some Pom Poms, different colours, and sew them onto a t-shirt or a jumper. You just need to kind of lightly sew them on, and then when you're done, you can just cut them off and you've still got a usable top to wear for something else. If you don't have any pom-poms, then you can use some felt or material. I suggest felt because it's quite sturdy, so you could just cut out circles and then just sew them on quickly as well. If you don't have any felt, you can use other material, but maybe try and use material that's quite sturdy just so that the circles will keep their shape and not kind of flop about, because otherwise you'd have to spend quite a lot of time kind of sewing all around the edge of the circle. If you don't want to do any sewing, don't worry, you can use fabric pens. So the picture here is of the stained Sharpies, so they are actually fabric pens. So those will you draw on and then they won't wash out when you put them in the wash. You can just use normal Sharpies. They don't wash out completely, but they do run a little bit in my experience. So just obviously consider that, but you might want to just send your child into school with something that you've drawn the circles on, but it might just then end up being a sort of, you know, a painting top or something like that, rather than one that they're going to be wearing again and again. So don't put it on a top that you want them to be able to wear again that's not spotty. You could also just use normal felt tips, kind of water soluble ones, which you would hope would wash out, but I can't guarantee that they would wash out depending on the material and the colours that you're using. So here's just an idea of something that you could do. So you could just draw kind of medium circles if you wanted to, and just draw them in a sort of random way all over the top that you're using. Obviously, if you're using pens, you probably want a lighter coloured top. Here's another idea. You could just do dots really quickly, just really quick dots to make it really quick if you don't really want to draw circles. And then if you're worried about drawing the circles, you could use some sort of template to draw around. So here I've used a sellotape tube. I was doing it one-handed so I could hold the camera, but you could also draw around something like a plate or a cup, anything really to make that circle shape. And the next picture is kind of one that I did earlier. So you've got all of your different coloured circles. Again, you could do it however you want to do it, whatever colours you fancy. Okay, so the next idea is to use paints. I would suggest if you don't want it to wash out, then use acrylic paints. They're probably the easiest ones, or obviously if you've got fabric paints, that's even better, but they won't wash out. Or you could use poster paints, which again, they may wash out if they're water soluble, but I often find, particularly with red coloured paints, they don't wash out very well. So obviously it just depends on what paint you're using. So here's an idea. Again, if you don't want to kind of do freehand circles, then you can use this idea that I'm about to show you. So you basically just get a pen and you dip it into the paint, and then you can just dot it and you get kind of not perfect circles, but you know, you get circles on there, and it's kind of a lot less time consuming than kind of trying to paint individual circles. And obviously you could use lots of different colors if you want to. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this short video about ideas for children in need costumes. Let me know if you liked the ideas, if you have any other ideas, and let me know if you want to see any other types of videos like this down in the comments below. And also, if you have enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.